And now, Andrew Does Everything proudly presents 28erella. It is based on the story of Cinderella with a plot twist. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon a time, there was a young adult girl named 28erella. 28erella had 11 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters named Tina, Winona, Elena, Nina, Tanya, Yadina, Ella, India, Georgia, Hannah, and Tasha. All 11 of them constantly made fun of 28erella and made her do all the chores. 28er wench! Sweep the floors, wash the dishes and windows, do it all! Said the 11 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters all together. And then one day, the king of Ottavidget Tumblingham's messenger arrives and says, "Hear ye, hear ye! The king of Ottavidget Tumblingham, his royal majesty, is going to throw a ball, and whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Ottavidget Tumbling." "Can I come?" asks 28erella, but she's not invited to the ball. Her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters are Tina, Winona, Elena, Nina, Tanya, Yadina, Ella, India, Georgia, Hannah, and Tasha ran with huge excitement and picked out dresses to wear to the ball. But 28erella feels left out. "He's going to marry me," said Tina, the oldest stepsister. "No way, Tina, wrong. He's going to marry me," said Winona. "Both of you are wrong. He's going to marry me," said Elena. All the rest of the stepsisters disagree and say, "All three of you are wrong. Prince Ottavidget Tumbling is going to marry me." Later, 28erella is so sad, distraught, and upset about not going to the ball and marrying Prince Ottavidget Tumbling. "Whatever will I do?" she whimpers. 28erella's fairy godmother arrives and comforts her. There, 28erella. I'll fix everything for you, and you'll become a princess so no one will know it's you," she said. She then waves her magic wand. Because of that, 28erella's chores are all done. But her fairy godmother is not done yet. She said, "28erella, go fetch me a pumpkin and some mice." Luckily, 28erella has 28 pumpkins and 56 mice. 28erella's fairy godmother waves her magic wand again to turn the 28 pumpkins into a handsome coach, the 56 mice into horses, and then 28erella's fairy red clothes into a gown and crown, and a pair of glass slippers appear on her feet. "I've never seen such an Ottavidget Tumble-tastic gown. And get a load of my glass slippers. Fairy godmother, how can I ever thank you enough?" said 28erella, and climbs into the coach. 28erella's fairy godmother said, "Well, you can't, but have fun, 28erella. But I will warn you to return home before midnight. That's when the spell will be broken, and everything will change back to the way it was before." And so, 28erella accepted the warning. At the ball, the king of Ottavidget Tumblingham asks, "Wondering who to marry, Prince Ottavidget Tumbling?" To which Prince Ottavidget Tumbling himself responds, "Yes, father." 28erella arrives at the ball just in time. Prince Ottavidget Tumbling sees her, walks straight towards her, and says, You must be 28-year-old. May I please have this dance? Yes, said 28-year-old, overjoyed, and so she and Prince Otto dance happily together. Tina, Winona, Elena, Nina, Tanya, Yadina, Eliza, Isabella, Georgia, Hannah, and Tasha watched them jealously as they wanted Prince Otto to fall in love with them. They shout all together. But soon, 28-year-old realizes someone was missing, so she screamed out of the ball, and she ran so fast that she lost both her glass slippers. The next day, the king of Ottovigen and Prince Ottovigen traveled all around the neighborhood trying to find 20-year-old who had captured Prince Ottovigen's heart and brought the 2 glass slippers she lost with them. By the time they arrived, they knocked on the door of the house where 28-year-old and her 11 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters lived. But instead of 28-year-old, they find Tina, Winona, Elena, Nina, Tanya, Yadina, Eliza, Isabella, Georgia, Hannah, and Tasha. Prince Ottovigen then says, "Ladies, my father, the king of Ottovigen, and I have a favor to ask. Can any of you try on these glass slippers?" Tina is first, but her foot is too big. Winona is next, but her feet are too small. "Nonsense! They fit," she said. The rest did the same, but none of their feet fit either. Suddenly, the king of Ottovigen and Prince Ottovigen noticed 28-year-old singing. She looks rather familiar. "Prince Ottovigen and your majesty, is that you guys?" she hollered excitedly. 28-year-old, my dear daughter-in-law, we found you, exclaims the king of Ottovigen, and the glass slippers fit. The king of Ottovigen, Prince Ottovigen, 28-year-old, who transforms back into a princess, then lived happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story, Andrews Doers. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and enter us everything, and buy our merchandise at entereverything.com. I know I completed the 20s and maybe the 30s later. Take care. Bye. And now, Andrew Does Everything proudly presents 21 It is based on the story of Cinderella, with a bit of a twist. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon a time, there was a young adult girl named 21 had 9 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters named Tina, Winona, Elena, Nina, Tanya, Yadina, Olivia, Nadia, and Erica. 9 of them made fun of 21 and made her do all the chores. 21 wench! Sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do it all! Said the stepsisters all together. One day, the king of Ottovigen's messenger arrives and says, "Hear ye, hear ye! The king of Ottovigen, his majesty, is going to throw a ball, and whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Ottovigen." But 21 is not welcome. Her 9 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters are. They then argue over who will marry Prince Ottovigen. Later, 21 is so sad, upset, and distraught about not going to the ball and marrying Prince Ottovigen. Suddenly, her fairy godmother rises and comforts her. There now, 21 I can help with a bit of magic. No one will know it's you. And so she chants the magic words, Unvegetitity, 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 on Woo, and waves her magic wand. Because of that, 20-Rella's chores are all done, and she now has a dress grown bigger and better. 21-Rella says, I've never seen such an unvegetable-tastic gown! And get a load of my glass slippers! But 21-Rella's fairy godmother is not done yet. She said, 21-Rella, go fetch me a pumpkin and some mice. And then, luckily, 21-Rella has 21 pumpkins and 42 mice. 21-Rella's fairy godmother chants the magic words. Unvegetitity, unvegetantity, on Voo, and waves her magic wand to turn the 21 pumpkins into a handsome coach and 42 mice into horses. Cinderella climbs into the coach. Her fairy godmother says, have fun, 21-Rella, but I will warn you, return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken and everything will change back to normal. And so, 21-Rella accepts the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, Prince Unvegetable was wondering who he should marry. 21-Rella arrives at the ball just in time. Tina, Winona, Elena, Nina, Tanya, Dina, Olive, Nadia, and Erica say all together, Olivia, he's walking towards me! But he's not walking towards any of them. Prince Unvegetable is walking towards 21-Rella. May I have this dance? As Prince Unvegetable, to which 21 says, I would be delighted. Prince Unvegetable and 21-Rella dance happily together. But later, 21-Rella realizes it's almost midnight, so she scurried out of the ball. And she was running so fast that she lost one of her glass slippers. Prince Unvegetable was so worried that he might never see 21-Rella again. The king of Unvegetable had a conversation by saying, There now, son. I think we'll be able to find 21-Rella, he said. And so, they began their journey all around the neighborhood to find 21-Rella and brought the glass slippers she lost with them. By the time they arrived, they knocked at the door of the house where 21-Rella and her 9 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters lived. But instead of 21-Rella, they find her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters, Tina and Erica. Prince Unvegetable then says, Ladies, my father and I have a favor to ask. Can any of you try on this glass slipper? Tina is first, but her foot is too big. Winona is next, but her foot is too small. Nonsense! It fits! The rest did the same, but none of their feet are the right size. Suddenly, Prince Unvegetable and the King of Unvegetable, known as 21-Rella's sweet singing. She hollered excitedly, Prince Unvegetable, is that you? She hollered excitedly, My dear daughter-in-law, 21-Rella. We found you, exclaims the king of Unvegetable, and the glass slipper fits. 21-Rella, Prince Unvegetable, and the king of Unvegetable then lived happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story, Andrews Doers. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and everything, etc. Take care. Bye. And now, Andrew Does Everything proudly presents 56 Cinderella. It is based on the story of Cinderella with a bit of a twist. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon a time, there lived a young woman named 56 Cinderella. 56 Cinderella had 8 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters named Fatima, Ivana, Fernanda, Tasha, Yadina, Sophia, Isabella, and Xavier. All 8 of them made 56 Cinderella do all the chores and watch her work. 56er wench! Sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do it all! Said Fatima, Ivana, Fernanda, Tasha, Yadina, Sophia, Isabella, and Xavier all together. One day, the king of Sex Queen Quadrant Tublingham's messenger arises and says, Hear ye! The king of Sex Queen Quadrant Tublingham, his majesty, is going to throw a ball and with lots of food. And after dinner at 10 o'clock, whoever has the most beautiful gown and crutch shall marry his son, Prince Sex Queen Quadrant Tubling. Can I come? Asks 56 Cinderella. But she's not invited. Her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters are. He's going to marry me, said Fatima. No way, Fatima, you're wrong. He's going to marry me, said Ivana. Both of you are wrong. He's going to marry me, said Verona. The rest say, all 3 of you are wrong. He's going to marry me. They even tear her 56 Cinderella's party dress. Later, at 8 o'clock at night, 56 Cinderella is distraught, sad, and upset, doing chores about not going to the ball and marrying Prince Sex Queen Quadrant Tubling. Suddenly, 56 Cinderella's very godmother arrives and comforts her. There now, 56 Cinderella, my dear. I can help with a bit of magic. And so, she waves her magic wand to do all the chores for 56 Cinderella. But she's not done yet. She says, 56 Cinderella, go fetch me a pumpkin and some ice. Luckily, 56 Cinderella has 56 pumpkins and 112 mice. 56 Cinderella's fairy godmother waves her magic wand again. And to turn the 56 pumpkins into a handsome coach, the 112 mice into horses, and 56 Cinderella's fairy clothes into gown and crown. 56 Cinderella says, I've never seen such a Sex Queen Quadrantuple-tastic gown. Get it out of my glass slippers. Fairy godmother, how can I ever thank you enough? And climbs into the coach. 56 Cinderella's fairy godmother says, well, you can't. But have fun, 56 Cinderella. But I would warn you, return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken and everything will get back to the way it was before normal. And gives her a clock to tell her what time it is. It's 9 o'clock now. 56 Cinderella accepted the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, the king of Sex Queen Quadrant Tublingham says, good evening, everyone. Prince Sex Queen Quadrant Tubling was wondering who to marry. Isn't that right, son? In which Prince Sex Queen Quadrant Tubling responds, yes, father, at 10 o'clock. 56 Cinderella arrives at the ball for the food first. Just in time! 56 Cinderella then sees Prince Sex Queen Quadrant Tubling. Her mean, ugly, wicked stepsisters, Fatima to Xavier, say, he's walking towards me! All together, but Prince Sex Queen Quadjin Toppling is not walking towards any of them. He's walking towards 56 Cinderella. After dinner, Prince Sex Queen Quadjin Toppling then asks, "May I have this dance?" And so 56 Cinderella responds, "I would be delighted." 56 Cinderella and Prince Sex Queen Quadjin Toppling dance happily together. But later, 56 Cinderella checks her clock. It's almost midnight! So, she scurried out of the ball, and she was running so fast that she lost both her glass slippers. Prince Sex Queen Quadjin Toppling was really worried that he might never see 56 Cinderella again. The king of Sex Queen Quadjin Toppling comforts him by saying, There now, son. I think we'll be able to find 56 Cinderella." And so, the king of Sex Queen Quadjin Toppling and Prince Sex Queen Quadjin Toppling traveled all around the neighborhood to find 56 Cinderella and brought the 2 glass slippers with them. By the time they arrived, they knocked on the door of the home where 56 Cinderella and her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters lived. But instead of 56 Cinderella, they find her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters named Fatima to Xavier. Prince Sex Queen Quadjin Toppling then says, "Ladies, my father, the king of Sex Queen Quadjin Toppling and I have a favor to ask. Can any of you try on these 2 glass slippers?" Fatima is first, but her feet are too big. Ivana is next, but her feet are too small. "Nonsense! They fit!" she said. The rest did the same, but none of their feet are the right size. Suddenly, the king of Sex Queen Quadjin Toppling and the king of Sex Queen Quadjin Toppling, Prince, noticed 56 Cinderella's sweet singing. "Prince Sex Queen Quadjin Toppling, and your majesty, is that you guys?" she hollered excitedly. "The glass slippers fit!" And 56 Cinderella, the king of Sex Queen Quadjin Toppling and Prince Sex Queen Quadjin Toppling lived happily ever after. The end. And Andrew's Doers, I hope this was a fun story parody. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share on Andrew Does Everything and buy our merchandise at AndrewDoesEverything.com. And take care. Bye.